Tigerland. A fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, we never mind. We fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren blows. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. Oh, we're from Tiger, yellow and black. Oh, we're from Tiger, eat 'em alive. Oh, we're from Tigerland. Oh, we're from Tigerland. A fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind, we never
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, broadcasting live here from TIO Stadium for the Under-18 Girls NAWIC competition. Nightcliff are taking on Waratah. My name is Tara Harris, joined in the commentary box this evening. Stuart Davis, how are you?
Good, thanks, Tara. An interesting game ahead of us, I think. We've had a bit of weather today that may have an impact, but I think it's stopped raining at the moment, but still be pretty wet underfoot, I would imagine.
Yeah, it should provide interesting conditions for the girls.
So it's Nightcliff winning the first hit out and clearance and go straight down the middle of the ground, but just falls short of the intended target there, and Waratah in the red and white with the opportunity to clear it out of defence, but under plenty of pressure around the ball at the moment, and quick hands come out and working hard in there over the ball for Waratah was Isabel Cox. Now breaking free is Lapira. She kicks to the outer side, looking there for Majindi, who just overran the ball, and now it's caught up under players in there as they try to force it out. Murphy has a quick kick at that one, but it's smothered. Majindi kicks one over her head, basically straight up in the air, and again working over the ball down there is Murphy for Waratah, who was a very good player last time we covered their game, but just having trouble getting it out in the open at the moment as the players feel their way in the conditions, and slips out now and picked up and hand passed over her head by Shania Roberts, and Nightcliff get the ball inside 50 now into a bit more open space. It's picked up, the hand pass comes across, but there's a whistle on the play, and I think it's going to be called a throw, in fact, so it'll be a Waratah free kick in the defensive 50 as Riley Lapira takes that free kick and kicks to the outer side of the ground. It's a nice mark taken by Bonnie Peacock, and she chips it around the outer side, but well intercepted out there by Julia Pollen for Nightcliff. Ball's back to half forward now, and quick hand pass out by Jackson, but strong defensive work for Waratah by Phoebe Wiltshire, and she kicks the ball around the outer side out towards the boundary line, but again Nightcliff able to get on the end of it and repel and bring it back towards half forward. We're working at ground level down there was Majindi for Waratah, but again no clean possession at the moment as the ball's caught in underneath, and I think the umpire's going to pull a free kick here for dragging the ball back in and being caught with it, and that will give Nightcliff the opportunity to go forward inside forward 50 as the ball just spills out the back in the marking contest, and Jackson got a hand pass forward for Nightcliff, but the ball close to the boundary line and over, so not much clean possession so far, Tara. Just caught up a bit underneath as the players are finding their way in the conditions.
Yeah, exactly right. As we said, it had been raining all afternoon here at TIO Stadium, so making those conditions a little bit tougher. So at ground level the snapshot comes in. It looks pretty good. I think it's online. It is, and that's a terrific finish for Nightcliff. I'm just trying to pick up the player that kicked that goal, but not sure as she runs back to the centre of the ground here, but a great finish, an opportunist goal from the stoppage there, and we'll just watch here as it might be Koimala, in fact. Yeah, number 13.
Yep, that's right.
Maisha Koimala, getting them on the board there. As we referred to earlier, really kind of scrappy conditions here due to the weather. So really well done there from Koimala. She's coming from the Arnhem Crows, so it's a really great initiative, Nightcliff working with them to get those girls in here and give them a game in the NTFL. Our umpires today, John Rawsthorne, boundary umpire with Dave Pangia, goal umpires John Kidd and Peter Buckland.
So this time the hit out won by Ashley Matern for Waratah, but it's Nightcliff again who get on the end of that one and kick it forward of centre, and some clever work tapping it forward out here by Drew Cook has kept the ball in front of her and still trying to get possession as she's bundled out of the way, and now the tap comes back, and
a kick forward by Shania Roberts, but that one will be chopped off, all the marks spilled in fact, but good enough to recover and get a kick to it. But again, it's a contest for the ball, and this time it's Ella Lauritsen that gets a kick on the left foot, inside forward 50, but strong defence by Tars, bring it outside of that defensive 50, and an opportunity again for Lapira, who had a quick kick forward but was chopped off, and Nightcliff bring it back inside forward 50 again, hacked out of the air there by Ashley Matern for Waratah, and she follows up her own work, but it's picked up out here by Hannah Wilson, who's swung around in the tackle. Now the ball spills out, and players maintaining their feet, but just struggling to break free of the congestion at the moment as hack kick comes forward, and Nightcliff have got it inside forward 50 again. Lapira's first there for Tars, but just can't control the ball in the end, and Bridget Jackson for Nightcliff just toes it forward, but Nightcliff again bringing it away, and now a chance out here for Sian Murphy. She picks up and uses her strength to try to break away from some players, but got caught in the end. Play on's the call as the ball spilled out, and a nice intercept mark taken here, and a bit of an up and under kick in towards the centre of the ground. The ball spills out the back where Cook got her hands to the ball, but just slipped out of her grasp, and now she's got it in front of her again, paddling it in front, but coming in to help out down there was Tyler Gaffer, who got a quick kick forward, and now Tars going forward of centre, but it's Nightcliff who chop it off and kick it forward again. Majindi there for Tars, picks up, but she's tackled as soon as she took possession of the ball, and now it's hacked forward. Now an opportunity once again. Roberts with a kick out into some space in the left forward pocket, but Waratah defence standing up this time. An attempted kick just slipped off the boot, and now Nightcliff again with a snap around the corner, and the player in the top of the goal square just a bit casual going for the mark there. Spilled it was Emily Horder, but ball's out into some space again, and Nightcliff trying to work it through the hands out there as Waratah defenders pounce on them. The kick comes inside forward 50 now, and here's an opportunity for Nightcliff with a couple of players around the ball. They use it through the hands and kick it goal once again, and it was Koimala again, but this time just offline to the right hand side for a behind.
Waratah defence working very hard there, obviously putting up a bit of a tough fight, but Nightcliff just seemed to be prevailing in terms of getting their ball possession. I think only looking about 2 or 3 occasions at the most that has actually passed over the halfway mark for the Waratah girls, so opting for a bit of a switch here. We'll see how they go.
Yeah, they're bringing it grandstand side this time, but getting the ball at ground level for Tars was Hannah Wilson. Her hand pass was chopped off, and now it's high contact, I think, so it'll be a Nightcliff free kick, and it's going to Shania Roberts. She wastes no time, sees some players in some space at the top of the goal square as the ball spills out the back, and again Tars defence working hard, and Peacock gets a kick out, but straight to her opponent, who kicks long towards goal, but offline, and that was Tanika Bush, but through for a behind only. So another score to Nightcliff, and Waratah just struggling to get it forward of centre at the moment. It's been camped in their defensive area for the entire game.
Yes, it has. So you just got a player fielding just to get the ball there. It looks like it just went a little bit past the nets there. So as a reminder, umpires cannot leave the field of play, and unfortunately we don't have the punters, the little ones available behind the goals tonight due to the wet weather. So no, interesting. We'll see where we land. But you're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season right here from TIO Stadium on beautiful Larrakia country.
Yeah, so this is the third time that these teams have met this season already, and Nightcliff have come out on top in a couple of close affairs in the earlier games, but last time we saw Waratah, they had a couple of their Premier League players playing, and were strong and had a good performance that day, but unfortunately for them they're missing tonight, and Majindi gets the hand pass out the back where lurking was Shania Roberts. She got a kick to it now, a thumping kick towards goal. It's going all the way through. That's a fantastic kick. That was Tanika Bush on the end of that. So terrific play from Nightcliff there used the ball to get it over to Bush, who was in some space, and really got some purchase on that kick and kicked it from about 35 metres out.
It was good there from Tanika Bush. She obviously just kicked through that behind only moments ago. So on that turnover there to get the ball, Tanika Bush did well. That's another Arnhem Crows deliverable, I'd say. That's obviously working in Nightcliff's favour.
Yeah, as you said, Tara, that's a fantastic initiative to be able to get those girls up here playing in the NTFL competition, and I think at least one has filtered through to the Premier League out of that initiative already.
Right. Exactly right. And you can't take away the exposure that something like a broadcast game like this will do for those Arnhem Crows girls. We saw this week Ashanti Bush awarded the AFL Women's Goal of the Year in her second goal kicked in her career with AFL Women. So the kind of exposure we'll get from this is fantastic. Yeah,
the Arnhem Crows play in the Big Rivers League, of course, around the Katherine area, and that competition's going from strength to strength as well. But here's an opportunity for Waratah to go forward as it's picked up down there by Chloe Lay. She got the hand pass forward and kick forward by Wilson. Sees the ball inside forward 50 for probably the first time for Tars as they're scrambling for the ball on the ground, fighting each other for it. Wilson, her kick was snatched off her boot basically, and now picked up down here by Puran Chatameri, who gets it back to Wilson. Wilson kicks, but some good goalkeeping work in defence, and Nightcliff run at grandstand side where Shania Roberts takes a mark and runs off, has a bounce, and
bounce
back to her, but gets through some traffic there and now kicks long out into some space towards centre half forward, where on the end of that is Drew Cook on the outside of the foot, and it's a beautiful mark taken out there on the run, and I think that might be Ashley Hughes out there. I'll just check anyway. The kick goes to the top of the goal square where Nightcliff have got a couple of players, but defensively Waratah get a boot to the ball and rush it through for a behind, which was pretty timely because the Nightcliff players were about to pounce on that and pick it up and kick through the goal just from a few metres out. But,
yes, Waratah made the decision there, and it obviously ended up better position for them. So they keep opting for the grandstand side.
Nightcliff have got plenty of players out here, but that one's just off the errant boot and flies out towards the boundary line. But strong tackle again by Murphy for Waratah. She's involved again as the quick kick forward by Ella Lauritz and just dribbles over the boundary line, and that'll be a Waratah free kick under the last touch rule that applies in this competition. So Sian Murphy, no player on the mark, so she just runs forward and now kicks along grandstand side, but it's chopped off down there by Ella Lauritz and the hand pass forward, and now Nightcliff again with players inside forward 50 trying to force it inside the scoring area, picked up down there by Sierra McQueen, and the ball slid out of her hand as she was tackled, and Chloe Lay will take that free kick at half back. She looks grandstand side again, but just goes over the top of her intended target. But Tars are still in the contest down here at ground level as Kalakis gets involved. But good clearing work down here by Moyer for Nightcliff. Gets it back towards the forward 50, chopped off again, and quick kick forward just before she was kicked by Ella Lauritz, and now Sophie Palmer swings it into some space at the top of the goal square there, working hard in defence for Tars as Lapira just keeps the ball in front of her now. Bent reaches in and picks it up and gets it on the boot out towards the boundary line and gets it outside of defensive 50. But Nightcliff again get involved, and quick kick forward just bounces over the boundary line as the seconds tick away towards quarter time. That might just about be the end of the action. It's deep in the Nightcliff forward line, but the siren goes to end the quarter, and really a quarter dominated by Nightcliff.
Yeah, certainly, and I think really you got a couple of good performers there so far for Waratah, who are working hard. A couple of really good strong tackles for number 30 Sian Murphy, and Chloe Lay working hard as well. Phoebe Wiltshire as well. That wraps up the first quarter. Nightcliff 2, 3-15 to Waratah 0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, live broadcasted here from TIO Stadium, home of Territory Footy. My name is Tara Harris, welcoming you back for the second quarter here, joined by Stu Davis in the commentary box.
A good start by Nightcliff, a couple of goals on the board, and Tars have struggled to get it forward. Looks like they've made a couple of changes with Majindi going into the ruck, but still Nightcliff win that hit out, and Shania Roberts first there, just toe poked it forward, but then their teammate got caught with the ball and penalised, so it'll be a free kick to Hannah Wilson for Tars at centre half back. She sees something she likes further afield, and the kick's pretty good, just bounces to the advantage of Krapapis, but couldn't control it in the end, and now Murphy gets involved on the left foot, just dribbles one forward, but again it's slippery conditions out there as the players scramble for the ball on the ground, and quick kick out of the congestion puts the ball into open space inside the centre square, and picked up down here by Chloe Lay. She gets around her opponent there and kicks long inside forward 50. The ball slips out the back. Here's an opportunity for Tars if they can maintain their feet and get to the ball, but it's Nightcliff working back first, and the kick out of defence by Moya for Nightcliff gets it outside of defensive 50, but lurking down there for Tars was Koulakis, who runs inside forward 50, then kicks forward and finds her teammate, who takes a good mark overhead, and terrific mark in the conditions, and this may be Munkara, who's kicked it into the centre corridor area. The hand pass comes out. Krapapis has a quick kick at goal, but that one's off target and bounces over the boundary line in the right forward pocket.
Although it being out on the full there, it does show promising signs there for Waratah, who only had the one forward entry position in the first quarter. So they've done well here. Obviously a turnover off a free kick earlier up in the Nightcliff 50. So they've done well here and they have an opportunity. It is very still out there though, Stu. As much as it's very wet, the flags are not moving a tickle.
That's right. Krapapis wins the hit out for Tars. The ball slips out the back, and now an opportunity as the hand pass comes back, looking for Murphy there, just bounced out of her hands, but she reaches in, picks up nicely, kicks forward just over the head of her teammate, and Nightcliff defence trying to work it out now as Tars putting the pressure on, and Lay again gets a kick. This time it's out and bouncing over the boundary line inside the forward 50, of course, so there's no boundary umpires in the game tonight, so it's that's why you're seeing the ball balled up after it's gone over the boundary line. So from the restart, Krapapis for Waratah, just trying to work the ball out from a sitting position. A quick kick comes to the top of the goal square. Tars have got a couple of players here. A tackle almost broken there by Munkara, but working back strongly in defence. Nightcliff are able to clear it away to the outer side of the ground, but not for long as well. There's a swinging kick, but play on's the call, and again it's Tars have got the numbers in there, but Nightcliff defenders working hard. There's strong attack on the ball, but illegal according to the umpire, and it's going to be a free kick to Tiffany Narbaball out in the left forward pocket for Waratah. She'll be kicking from about 30 metres out. She taking her time over this one. Maybe she thinks she's got the distance here, Tara.
No, she is kind of... You can see she's a bit undecided about what she's going to do here.
She's got a super run up now.
Yeah, she's really given herself a crack at it.
So the kick falls short, but she's got players in front, but just bounces in front, unfortunately, and now picked up down there by Peacock, but she got tackled as soon as she grabbed the ball. Moya got the hand pass out, and quick kick away by Ashley Hughes, and gets the ball outside of defensive 50, and now an opportunity for Nightcliff through Shania Roberts, who got caught with the ball and disposed of it illegally, and so Tars an opportunity to keep applying that pressure in the forward half as Lay kicks long into the pack of players just out from the goal square, and the ball ricochets back and picked up by Krapapis, but couldn't control it, and now running through there was Munkara, but lost control of the ball unfortunately in the end, and it's Nightcliff who bring it away, and it's a neat pass that finds Drew Cook in some space. She plays on straight away, and Nightcliff have got the ball down towards the centre of the ground, between centre and the centre wing. Good defensive work by Hannah Wilson for Tars. Got the hand pass forward as she was tackled. Sian Murphy in there just soccering along the ground, but eventually got dispossessed by Bush. Her hand pass came out and picked up by Kalakis, who swings the kick over her shoulder back in towards the centre of the ground, and contest for the ball on the ground now as Nightcliff get it forward, but Tars have got some players lined up back here, and Majindi takes a good mark.
Really solid hands there, and good work from Chloe Lay earlier as well. Just a really tough contest.
So Majindi looking for Murphy out there, who's got it in front of her now, just toe pokes it off the ground, and coming in to help her was Bonnie Peacock, and she got caught with the ball, and it's a Nightcliff free kick, and it looks like Tanika Bush out there will take that free kick for Nightcliff at half back. It's a thumping kick down the outer wing as the ball spills out to the back now. Coming in and picking up was Ashley Matern, who just kicked it forward a few metres where she's got some teammates again. It's Chloe Lay involved underneath, got the hand pass out, and now here's a chance in some space for Tars, just poking it forward. It's Krapapis over the ball. She's crawling forward on hands and knees there, drags it back in and then gets the hand pass out. But Nightcliff strong in defence again, just forcing it out of the defensive area, and picking up and trying to run inside there was Emma Clifton, but she got caught with the ball, and a good strong tackle by Caroline Puruntatameri for Waratah, and she'll take the free kick and kicks high in towards the centre corridor. The ball bounces, and Chloe Lay's going to be first to this as it runs inside forward 50. She picks up now, gets tackled as she picked the ball up, hand pass forward, but working back defensively for Nightcliff was Gaffer. Her kick's chopped off by Murphy. She runs in, has a shot at goal, but her kick's half smothered, unfortunately for Tars, but spills out, and they've still got an opportunity here. Some strong work. I went for the bounce when the jumper was pulled. Play on's the call, and Murphy now picks it up and breaks away from the congestion. Kicks on the left foot towards goal, but working back there for Nightcliff was Emma Clifton, who took a nice intercept mark and then wasted no time playing onto the outer side of the ground. Kicks it over the head of her teammate out there in Sierra McQueen, but she manages to get on the end of it. She's still involved here, lays the tackle as the ball spills out. It's a bit of paddling for the ball on the ground. McQueen's in there again now, picks up and kicks forward, but Tars have got numbers behind the ball as it's picked up down here by Wilson. Wilson swung as she kicked the ball back in towards the centre of the ground, and players just picking it up now was Finch, who got the hand pass back, and again Wilson met heavily with a fair bump there as Kalakis gets a hand pass forward, but it's chopped off by Cook for Nightcliff, who kicks it down towards centre half forward, but strong defensive work from Tars once again. Bring it back into the centre of the ground. Drew Cook hacks it off the ground, but again it's Tars in defence through Finch, who got caught with the ball, hand passed across, and a quick kick forward by Bush for Nightcliff. Gets it to centre half forward, and just a bit of scrambling football around the half forward area there as Cook just got pushed out of the way, and Tars the opportunity to clear out of defence now and get it into a bit of space. A strong marking contest there, but good recovery by Puruntatameri, who tried to duck past her opponent. Got caught but managed to kick it anyway, and now running onto it is Murphy for Tars. Gets the hand pass out, looking here for Nava ball. Just loses her footing there at the crucial moment and allows the Nightcliff defenders to come in. But again, it's Kalakis who snatched that ball out of her opponent's hands, kicks it forward, and now Puruntatameri running onto it down here. She gets pushed off it by Gaffer, and ball loose in Nightcliff defensive area, but strong defensive work by Hughes once again. Clears it away, but a nice contested mark taken here by Sydney Finch. She wastes no time, kicks the ball inside forward 50 here. Narva just couldn't control the ball as it came in and bounced away from her. Strong defensive work by Hughes for Nightcliff gets the ball outside of defensive 50, but Tars again through Majindi on the left foot. Just kicks the ball inside forward 50. It's dribbling free here, and it's Gaffer with all the work to do, and she did pretty well, but her kick got smothered, and now picked up by Murphy. She runs away, kicks towards goal, chips it at the goal, but just misses to the left-hand side. So a lot more promising from Waratah in this second quarter, but unfortunately just not able to put that advantage that they've had in this quarter on the scoreboard. But here's another opportunity as Majindi comes in, just lost her footing there, and Nightcliff defending strongly, clear it away. Is an opportunity with the ball in some space, but Bush just couldn't control it. Coming in for Tars was Georgia Gibb. She picked up the ball but got tackled, but play on's the call as it's spilled out now. There's a kicking in danger free kick, and it's going to go Waratah's way, and it'll be Isabella Cox who'll take that free kick right in the centre of the ground. Basically, she kicks the ball just to the forward edge of the centre square, but Nightcliff strong defensively, bring it away through Inez Moya, but just missed it on the follow-up. The kick comes across here to Bush, Tanika Bush, who ducks around one opponent, kicks long in towards centre half forward, and now the ball over the back is an opportunity for Nightcliff again, as Shania Roberts kicks towards goal, but just misses to the right-hand side. And really that's the first opportunity Nightcliff have had in this quarter, and for almost the first time inside their forward 50, Tara.
That's it. I reckon that's potentially perhaps the third time, but really first opportunity to actually have a shot on goal for the quarter. So obviously good work there from Waratah. Really turned things around in this quarter. It might not show on the scoreboard, but the way that Nightcliff were performing in the first quarter, I thought this might be a bit of a runaway, but Nightcliff are doing, Waratah have done really well.
Kalakis out of defence gets the ball down to the centre of the ground. Majindi runs onto it, picks up nicely and kicks high and long in the centre corridor again. The ball bounces in favour of Waratah as Murphy picks it up, kicks forward and then chases after it herself, and unfortunately just overran it there and allowed Nightcliff to come in. But again, Purantara Mary coming in for Tars strongly, keeps the ball in front of herself, kicks long towards goal, long and high. It's going to bounce in the right forward pocket, and Hughes, I think it is, who brings it away for Nightcliff and kicks it long outside of defensive 50. Chloe Lay at ground level working hard, but again it's the Nightcliff defence who are strong down there. Another strong bump on the ball as Sophie Palmer came in to pick it up. She did well in the lead up to that, but the free kick is going to Waratah's Kalakis right in front of us, but coming across there was Moya, just missed it off the foot. There's a play on's the call as the tackle was laid and the ball spilled out. Krapapis gets a hand pass up, Kalakis with a quick kick, but Lay comes in, gets a hand pass forward as she's tackled. Umpire said she didn't get a fist to the ball, and it's a Nightcliff free kick to Tyler Gaffer, who kicks long forward there, but strong defensive work down here, and well, it's almost scooped out of there, but it's a good play in the end, and working really hard. Just unfortunate, had a couple of good efforts down there, Philby Wiltshire, and then just got penalised for incorrect disposal in the end, but that's good use of the ball down this grandstand wing as a kick forward by Lucia Novelli gets the ball towards centre half forward, and picked up down here by McQueen, who gets a quick kick forward now. An opportunity for Roberts running into some space inside forward 50, but she got tackled in the end as the siren sounds as the Nightcliff were forcing the ball forwards toward their goal again, but in the end no goals in the quarter, and just one behind a piece, I think, Tara, but a much better showing by Waratah in that quarter. Yeah,
very much so. Lily Tastula, their head coach there, who's also part of their Women's Premier League side, obviously had some really influential words to say during that first quarter break. So be interesting to see where the teams get to in the third quarter. We'll be back right after the halftime break. Nightcliff 2-4-16 to Waratah 1 behind.
plays there from the Tigers back line then.
Henderson it has been too, and you're quite right.
Picked him out well.
Robinson just about gets to 50. The kick is no problem whatsoever. Thank you very much. First goal on the board goes to the Darwin Buffaloes, goes to Mitch Robinson. Nightcliff doing well in the forward line. Out they go. Is that inside? And the handball's a bit tough there. Picked up and running through into an open goal, and a lovely goal there, Nightcliff, and that was Bailey Edwards, and it's been okay. Goes to Stokes. That's Jared Stokes. Nice kick. Long kick forward, kicking pretty much in hope. Mitch Robinson down there, gets the ball out, kick on goal, Holt Fitz, and he's even the ledger in the term. Liam Holt Fitz gets his first. Immediately playing, well done to the umpire, he got onto that, and that is a goal. That is a wonderful, wonderful goal. That's Thomas Clark at the score. It's Bailey Edwards. Big mark. Strong mark.
Strong mark, yeah.
Peter Politis. Politis can reduce it back to 6 points. Does it, and does it beautifully. Well. Does it very, very well, Nick. By hand to more in hope than in anything else, although it might fall forward. Picked off the ground. Holt Fitz beautifully. Well done. And the Darwin Buffaloes, that was just such a well-worked goal. And Antonio James gets his first for the game. Buffaloes. Collinson gets the ball out. Holt Fitz, can he get 4? Can he get 4?
Got it.
Can he get 4? He can get 4. He has 4. Ball on the ground, picked up Holt Fitz, kicks on goal, up and under, went 15 metres, and a mark taken by Mitch Robinson.
Pin this one back.
Bookends for Robinson.
Yep.
Does it, and does it well, as you suggested. They've got one in the first 2 minutes in, and now he's got one in the fourth. Kicks right to the goal line. Ball still in dispute. Handball out. Thomas Jock onto the left. I reckon he's nailed that. Goal umpire comes back to the right side, and he has. Philo inside. Oh, Matt Watkins dropped what he should have taken, and
goal. Plays there from the Tigers back line then.
Henderson it has been too, and you're quite right.
Picked him out well.
Robinson just about gets to 50. The kick is no problem whatsoever. Thank you very much. First goal on the board goes to the Darwin Buffaloes, goes to Mitch Robinson. Nightcliff doing well in the forward line. Out they go. Is that inside? And the handball's a bit tough there. Picked up and running through into an open goal, and a lovely goal there, Nightcliff, and that was Bailey Edwards, and that's been okay. Goes to Stokes. That's Jared Stokes. Nice kick. Long kick forward. Kicking pretty much in hope. Mitch Robinson down there. Gets the ball out. Kick on goal. Holt Fitz. And he's even the ledger in the term. Liam Holt Fitz gets his first. Immediately playing. Well done to the umpire. He got onto that. And that is a goal. That is a wonderful, wonderful goal. That's Thomas Clark. Had to score. It's Bailey Edwards. Big mark. Strong mark.
Strong mark, yeah.
Peter Politis. Politis can reduce it back to 6 points. Does it and does it beautifully. Well. Does it very, very well, Nick. By hand to more in hope than in anything else, although it might fall forward. Picked off the ground. Holt Fitz beautifully. Well done. And the Darwin Buffaloes, that was just such a well-worked goal. And Antonio James gets his first for the game. Buffaloes. Collinson gets the ball out. Holt Fitz, can he get 4? Can he get 4?
Got it.
Can he get 4? He can get 4. He has 4. Ball on the ground, picked up Holt Fitz, kicks on goal, up and under, went 15 metres, and a mark taken by Mitch Robinson.
Pin this one back.
Bookends for Robinson.
Yep.
Does it and does it well, as you suggested. They've got one in the first 2 minutes in, and now he's got one in the fourth. Kicks right to the goal line. Ball still in dispute. Handball out. Thomas Jock onto the left. I reckon he's nailed that. Goal umpire comes back to the right side, and he has. Philo inside. Oh, Matt Watkins dropped what he should have taken, and
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season. Joining us tonight, you're watching under-18 NAWIC girls competition. Waratah taking on Nightcliff Tigers. A very highly contested first half of footy there. Nightcliff 2-4-16 to Waratah 0-1. Giving them just the one behind for the first half. We had a lot of rain here this afternoon at TIO Stadium. Has been dry for most of the game. However, there isn't a lot of breeze around, is there, Stu?
No, that's right, but terrific surface out here, and it recovers really well from the wet conditions. So we're underway in the third quarter, and Nightcliff have just edged it forward, but there's a free kick being paid here, and it's going Waratah's way to Bonnie Peacock. Just backward of centre. She's got a running player inside the centre square in Hannah Wilson. Gets the ball out in front of her. Wilson just taps it forward, trying to trap it. She gets swung around in the tackle now. Eventually gets a kick to the ball back towards Peacock, but she's beaten for it down there by Hughes, who hacked it off the ground. But strong defensively was Wiltshire for Tars again, but she's just kicked it into a nest of Tigers players down there. But strong effort by your little Chloe Lay down there, just burst her way through the pack, but then unfortunately got tackled and lost control of the ball, and it's Tyler Gaffer who will take that free kick, and she finds her teammate in Tanika Bush just forward of centre. She's gone for the big barrels. That's a huge kick down inside forward 50, right over the top of the players that were waiting for it, and now the ball spills free up the top of the goal square. Again, plenty of action around the ball, plenty of pressure on whoever gets their hands on the ball as the quick kick comes forward. A sweeping hand pass out from Wiltshire gets the ball out towards the boundary line. She follows up again and hooks another hand pass over her head, and coming in down here and having a snap towards goal for Nightcliff was Pollen, who got it over the back of the pack. Ball spills free, and Waratah under plenty of pressure. That ball was spilled out in the tackle, but umpire said it was high initially, and so a free kick to Georgia Gibb down here for Waratahs, and a bit of a let-off early in this third quarter.
Just going to say the same thing there, a bit of a saving grace there for Waratah.
So kick comes out here to Majindi. Majindi gets it out towards half-back where Peacock traps it and then kicks it out into some space and follows up herself. She doing battle out there with Drew Cook as they scramble for the ball on the ground, and Peacock wins that battle and gets it out, and a quick kick forward by Kalakis sees in some space, and Chloe Lay, who's been pretty busy all night, gets the hand pass forward but just misses the target down there. Bush comes in for Nightcliff, paddles it out to her own advantage, just struggling to pick it up now, but keeping the ball in front of her. Now Majindi gets involved for Tars. She picks up, gets the hand pass away as she's tackled, and now the ball spills out across half-back. Some good work by Ashland Matern with a quick kick, but that's chopped off nicely down there, and Nightcliff bring it inside forward 50 once again, but strong defensively once again is Phoebe Wiltshire for Tars, and she gets a kick forward, but this time it's cut off by Sophie Palmer. Palmer kicks long inside forward 50, but Tars defenders working overtime down there as kick off the ground by Hannah Wilson gets it into some space to the advantage of Kalakis. She picks up now, tries to duck back inside, but the numbers were too great from the Nightcliff players, and Bush's kick comes in, and coming in and taking a nice intercept mark was Hannah Wilson out there for Tars, who's working really hard in defence for them, particularly in the last couple of quarters. Her kick goes out, just runs past her teammate McDonald out there, and Wiltshire comes in and helps, gets a hand pass inboard. McDonald over the ball now and picks it up eventually, hand passes to her teammate Kalakis. She kicks the ball around the boundary line, but first to the ball for Nightcliff will be Cook, but loses control, and Lay breaks away from that pack of players and kicks forward. And now Sian Murphy just lost it over her shoulder, but still involved, wrestling for the ball on the ground as she taps it forward now, but not much support from teammates out there, and Nightcliff with the numbers back. Gaffer gets the kick away, and Cook again doing battle with Wiltshire out here. Wiltshire picks up, hand passes forward, and eventually gets herself some space. Then tried to hand pass to a teammate who was trying to shepherd, but Kalakis does well to pick up and kick high towards half forward. Standing underneath it was Lay. She spilt the mark but recovered well, kicks in towards the forward pocket. The ball spills out the back. Here is an opportunity if Kropapis could have got to it, but good defensive work by Ashley Hughes for Nightcliff. Just repelled that one, and now Lay again involved, gets a quick kick as she's tackled. Murphy comes in and hand passes back to her teammate Kalakis, who kicks it down towards full forward where Finch was lurking, but she's outnumbered by the Nightcliff defenders and they clear it away again, but only as far down here as McDonald for Waratah, but they're just not taking advantage of the possession they're getting. But this is a breakaway run from Ashley Matern, and then she kicked long down towards the goal, but just slewed off the side of the boot a bit and dribbled over the boundary line. So it'll be a ball up deep in Waratah's attacking area and an opportunity from a stoppage.
They've got to strike while the iron's hot here. It's in their 50. They've got an opportunity here and they've got to use it.
Just not desperate enough to get to the contest there, and Gaffer clears away for Nightcliff, and all of a sudden they've got it back towards the centre of the ground again. But again, it's Matern doing some good work down there for Waratah. That was a high tackle and a free kick to Bonnie Peacock. So she's looking to bring the ball out towards half forward. It's a good pass and finds her teammate out here, Rebecca Munkara. Munkara took the mark about 50 metres out from goal. She kicks it high inside forward 50. A pack of players down there, but again strong defensive work by Gaffer, but there's a whistle on the play here, and just trying to see what's happening. I think there's an injured player on the outer side of the ground, and that's why players stopped. She's been down for quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
It's a contest over there.
That's right. A contest. Her and Chloe Lay had a contest a few, probably a minute or so ago, and she has been down since. Chloe Lay is also kind of getting stretched out with a bit of a, looks like there's a calf cramp. Unfortunately, don't have the player who is down at the moment for Nightcliff.
I think it might be Lucia Novelli, and yeah, she really hasn't moved much at all for a couple of minutes. So players go into a bit of a huddle here. I think they might be calling for the stretcher, so there'll be a little bit of a delay.
Yes, unfortunately didn't see what occurred in that incident there.
I think it was just a contest for the ball, and yeah, we don't, of course, don't know the nature of the injury, but yeah, we don't like to see the stretcher come on the ground at any time, really, but it's important that, of course, that the players are looked after, and that's why players stopped, so that we can get her safely off the ground and then back into some action. So after Nightcliff opened all guns blazing really in the first quarter with the first couple of goals, it's been an even contest both on the ground and on the scoreboard since then, Tara.
Yeah, look, exactly right. Look, very well umpired game as well. I think that our umpires tonight are Dave Pangier and John Rawston, who have umpired the game really well and obviously kept it to a good standard. Really good contest, as you mentioned there. A couple of standouts there. Chloe Lay from Waratah is working really hard. Same with Wiltshire and Sian Murphy. I think that perhaps there has been a little bit of a slower effort from maybe a couple of other teammates to get a part of the ball there, but those three are definite standouts for their hard work and kind of efforts around the ball this evening.
Yeah, and obviously for Nightcliff, Tanika Bush has stood out, and she's a prodigious kick. We saw one really long torpedo kick into the forward line, and of course the goal that she scored was a long range shot as well. So she's been really good for Nightcliff, and Tyler Gaffer in defence has done a lot of work, and Ashley Hughes as well. So yeah, some obviously some players standing out, but we have the stretcher moving now, so play will be underway again shortly, and we'll recommence in
the Waratah forward line. So I went outside at half time, Tara, and pleased to report that it wasn't raining at the time, but I think the weather map looks okay for the next hour or two, but we could get some rain for the games tomorrow.
Yes, no, I think there's been reports for a long time about the monsoon, this being a big one for us, and so after those storms that were absolutely rocketing around TIO stadiums earlier this afternoon, they were not lying.
It was amazing weather this afternoon with those storms, but it is our wet season, of course, and to be expected. It's what we live with.
And I think
it's what we live for, Tara.
Exactly, and especially this type of footy. We're the only brand of footy that plays this time of year and in these kind of conditions. So, you know, it is absolutely a different draw card to the league. So, got to get in and amongst it as the season carries on. A bit of torrential rain, a bit of wet weather footy. We love it, and our players are made for it, which is great.
Yep, that's right. We're pretty unique in this part of the world, and we love it. So we're ready to go with Tyler Gaffer taking the kick from defensive 50 for Nightcliff. She just chips it outside of 50, and once again Chloe Lay in there gets a hand pass across. That's a good hand pass to Matern, who's just had her jumper dragged as she was trying to run away, but managed to get the hand pass forward. The kick off the ground comes back, and it's a scramble for the ball on the ground as Purintara Mary working hard at ground level, but Lay once again just comes in with clean hands, gets a hand pass forward, but it wasn't a hand pass. In fact, the ball slid out as she tried to get it forward to a teammate, and Nightcliff bring it away round the grandstand side of the ground, but just unable to keep it in play as Sierra McQueen sees it over the boundary line. In fact, the umpires ruled that it's come off the boot down there. So
that was good from Kalakis. I apologise, I didn't mention Kalakis before. She's had unfortunately a bit of a commentator curse there. I apologise, Kalakis. You played very well all game, and she's not happy with it either, to be honest. She goes, they had an opportunity. Unfortunately, she's going to have to brush that one off.
But that kick actually didn't come back into play at all, so it'll be a ball up here. She's seen the humorous side of it as well. Yes. Yeah. She's involved again and down here laying the tackle as the quick kick comes forward for Nightcliff, and now they've got the ball into some space and long down towards half forward. The ball slips over the back. There's no one in front of them down here as kicking towards goal is Kamala for Nightcliff. The ball's running into the goal square as Waratah's players scramble to get back there, and again the contest on the ground as Lakia Rabbit just got worried out of it in the end, and good defensive work by Tars as Lapira clears it out towards the 50-metre line, but coming across there was Sophie Palmer for Nightcliff, got the kick forward, but again strong defence by Wiltshire for Nightcliff, but her kick out of defence has been chopped off, and it's Palmer again who'll take this mark and kick in towards the corridor. That's a good pass, but just spilt down there unfortunately by Shania Roberts as the ball's tapped out, and now a hack off the ground by Matern for Tars, sees it in the hands down there of Clifton, who hand pass back, and the kick comes in high inside forward 50. Ball on the ground, spills out the back again now, and Rabbit picks up and gets wrapped up in the tackle, so it'll be a ball up. So good defensive work there by Ashlyn Matern on a couple of occasions, and then laid that final tackle to hold the ball in. Yeah, really well done there. Only under a minute remaining in this third quarter. So we're in the inside 50 here for Waratah, for Nightcliff, I apologise. So Wiltshire gets the quick kick out, but lurking there was Sophie Palmer, and now gets it across to McQueen, who kicks down towards the goal. It's bouncing back towards the goal here. Waratah scramble for it on the goal line. It looked like it was going to go out of bounds at one stage, and then bounced at right angles and almost found its way across the goal line, but desperate defence just rushed it through for the behind down there. So the Tars players bring it out of defence now, and I think play might have the clock might have stopped a bit for the stretcher, Tara. So we're going a bit over what the normal playing time would be in this quarter, and it's Nightcliff with an opportunity as the kick comes in from Clifton down inside forward 50 once again, but Tars strong in defence
the toe poke out of there by Wilson. Got it out into some space. There's a free kick being found here. It's going to go Nightcliff's way, and it's Emma Clifton who'll take that free kick for being legged. And that's a nice looking kick inside forward 50 across to half forward there, and taking the mark, running on, kicking long towards goal was Sophie Palmer, but unfortunately for Nightcliff, just off to the right and through for a behind. And she's had a pretty good game as well, Tara.
Yeah, she has. She's done really well. Nightcliff 2-6-18. Waratah just the one for the 3 quarters. Watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season. And opting for the safe bounces in these conditions. I don't blame her. Yeah,
and no pressure on her bringing it out, so she managed to get it all the way outside defensive 50, and Peacock took a nice mark and then kicked looking for lay. The ball slipped through her hands and over the back, and working back for Nightcliff is Gunther Oliver, who kicks nicely forward and finds her teammate Sierra McQueen. McQueen wastes no time, kicks the ball inside forward 50, and there's Sophie Palmer once again, who takes a good mark about 40 metres out for goal, calling for players to lead towards her. She's got a spare laterally if she wants to go that way. She changed her mind a couple of times and then just kicked it forward to the advantage of a teammate. But good strong work down there by Pollen. Got the hand pass across, and the kick comes in and just over the top and offline for another behind. So Nightcliff doing all the attacking in the late stages of this third quarter, but just can't get a goal on the board.
No.
And the umpire's called play back here, so we'll have another go at bringing the ball back into play with Riley Lapira to bring it out of the goal square. Once again, she runs out of the square to the outer side of the ground, almost runs herself into trouble out there, and the kick is chopped off, and this is Rabbit who takes the mark, kicks the ball back inside the corridor. The mark just spilt down there, but they've still got plenty of players around the ball if they can pick up cleanly, and swinging around and off the outside of the boot there. The pass finds Rabbit. It was Kamala who kicked it in, and it's Lakaya Rabbit who's taken the mark, kicks towards goal. Kick looks pretty good. The goal umpire likes it, and Nightcliff have got their third goal on the board, and that's going to make it tough for Tars now, Tara.
Yes, it will. That's actually first goal there for Nightcliff, and obviously Waratah since the first quarter, so it was a goalless second quarter there. So Nightcliff just extending that lead a little bit further, and it's very reminiscent of their first quarter here. So there it is. That's the third quarter siren.
Yeah, so Nightcliff again dominated the quarter pretty much, and had plenty of opportunities on goal. Only got the one late, but it's enough to give them a comfortable lead at three-quarter time.
That's right, and unfortunately for Waratah, the score just isn't reflecting their work rate out there tonight. They are working hard. Unfortunately, aren't getting it through the big sticks. We'll be back just after this short three-quarter time break.
Goes for home and has nailed an absolute rip sorter.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, live broadcasting here from TIO Stadium here in Darwin on Larrakia country. We're entering the fourth and final term here of Nightcliff versus Waratah in the NAWIC under-18 girls. My name is Tara Harris, and joining the commentary box this evening, Stewie Davis. How are you going, Stu?
Yeah, good, Tara. Nightcliff have really set the game up for themselves in the first three quarters and hold a pretty significant lead as they win the first clearance and work the ball down towards half forward, but strongly in defence. Once again was Hannah Wilson for Tars, who chopped that one off, got the kick forward, and now they're looking to work the ball around the grandstand side of the ground here, but unfortunately it's chopped off down there by Nightcliff, and Bush kicks long inside forward 50, but reading that one well in defence was Wiltshire for Tars, and took a nice intercept mark. Ball out here looking for a captain, Sydney Finch, but she just couldn't get her hands on it in the end, as it's Rabbit who gets the quick kick forward for Nightcliff across towards half forward, and picked up down there by Lawrence, and she got the hand pass out into some space, but bit of a scramble for the ball on the ground as Kalakis gets a quick kick out of the congestion, and now an opportunity for Tars to go forward again. Peacock kicks forward of centre, and the ball slips over the back, and some strong work down there by Sian Murphy, but she's outnumbered in the end by Nightcliff opponents. Some help comes in now, and Murphy's back on top of it again, gets a hand pass inboard that looks like a high tackle, and that's the way the umpire's seen it, and Bonnie Peacock will take that free kick. Just towards the front edge of the centre square. She wastes no time kicking it forward, getting her hand to the ball down there was Munkara, just couldn't quite control it, and Puruntai Mary now comes in and picks up. She's got some players in some space inside forward 50 here, as running onto it is Narba Ball, but she got tackled and tackled high, so a bit of a let off there, but she'll take the free kick. She's got a player in some space in the middle of the ground if she wants to go that way. She's not looking that way though, holding her head a bit.
And I think, unfortunately there for her, it comes from experience, but she opted for a bounce there, which then led her to lose control and then obviously run straight onto a tackle there, when she did have the time to control it a little bit more easier. But again, we're in under-18s competition, so it's a skilled, and she's obviously opted for a secondary player there in number 24. Yes,
Tania McDonald, that was a good pass. And McDonald got closer to goal, kicks towards goal, looks pretty good. I think it's going all the way through, so Tars have got their first goal on the board, and that was a good build-up, and as you said, a bit of an experience, but then she composed herself, saw the player in front of the pack, kicked to her and hit her on the chest, and then a terrific set shot goal from Tania McDonald, who hasn't been in the action a lot tonight, but certainly made the most of that opportunity.
That's right. You can see in the replay here she did well to keep her hands on it, and so obviously gone back and remained poised with it as we head back to the centre with umpire John Rawsthorne for a ball up.
So early goal for Waratah there in this final quarter. That'll give them some encouragement going forward, and now they're just looking to set themselves up in the centre and have another crack at it, as from the centre bounce it's Puruntai Mary trying to break through, and she's going to run onto it now in front of the pack. Just fumbles unfortunately, and now their opponents catch up with her as Rabbit comes in and puts the pressure on. Ball spilling out now, good hand pass out, gives the opportunity to Roberts, but she couldn't control the ball, and running away out of the congestion there was Ashlyn Matern, but she just ducked back into trouble and got caught with the ball, and Julia Pollen made the tackle. And
friendly words exchanged there between the girls.
So kick down towards half forward where Emma Clifton was in the contest, but again the ball spilled out, and there's a throw being found here, and it's going to be a Waratah free kick across half back, as Georgia Gibb tries to go short, but that probably wasn't the best option, and now Rabbit got caught high. She wastes no time, plays on straight away, taking the advantage, kicks down towards full forward, and that's a good pass and a good mark taken by Emily Horder
and Horder in some space directly in front of goal. She kicks long towards goal now. It's just going to fall short, almost marked down there, but spilled over the back eventually. Tars players under plenty of pressure again, and now a snapshot for goal around the corner by Ella Lauritsen on the left foot, but couldn't bring it back far enough, and through for a behind only.
Yes, as we head back here and kick in here for Waratah.
So there's a whistle. It's going to be a 50-metre penalty. It's Agnes Magindi who was taking the kick in, and she'll be advanced all the way down to the edge of the centre square here. So it's a big advantage for Tars coming out of defence, and a chance for them to go forward again and try to hit the scoreboard as they did a few minutes ago. So Magindi kicks high on the left foot towards the outer side of the ground. Ball spills to the ground and players fall over. Rabbit getting into the game a bit now, gets a long kick forward and it spills over the back, but strong defensively is Georgia Gibb for Tars, and she gets the ball down here to Puruntada Mary, who runs away and kicks long down towards half forward. The ball slips over the back where Kumala is first to the ball, and she gets a hand pass to no one in particular, but she's involved again and gets another hand pass. This one finds her teammate in Gaffer, who kicks it around the outer side of the ground, but some clever work there by Puruntada Mary, ducking back around her opponent and then kicking long inside forward 50 as the ball loose on the ground, and just some high contact there against Misha Kumala, and she will take the free kick in the defensive 50 for Nightcliff. We saw her playing forward earlier and kicked a goal, of course, and set up another, but just spending some time in defence now as Nightcliff bring it away around the outer side of the ground in front of the old scoreboard out there. Some strong tackling, the ball spills free. Bush scoops in and kicks the ball forward, but chopped off defensively down there by Georgia Gibb. She was under plenty of pressure as the ball came out, and now a chance for Nightcliff, but again the ball just slipping through the hands there of Emma Clifton as she was about to break away. Ball on the ground, and it's Gibb again involved, just nudges it forward, but players looking a bit leg weary now as the ball comes out here to Puruntada Mary. She's trying to just toe poke it off the ground forward, but Nightcliff is set up pretty well defensively as Moya came in and got the hand pass out to a teammate. The kick comes towards the outer side of the ground where Clifton's involved for Nightcliff. Reaching in there and picking up was Kalakis. She got tackled as soon as she picked the ball up again. She's trying to get it out to the advantage of her teammate down there in Georgia Gibb, but it's Nightcliff who come away with it, but it's chopped off here across half back, and the hand pass is just going to stray, unfortunately, and a chance for Nightcliff to pounce on this one and go forward as Roberts got caught with the ball. It spilled out and play on's the call, and Matern breaks away from the congestion there and kicks forward inside the centre square, and now the hand pass comes back. Matern's involved again, manages to get a short kick forward, but strong defensive work by Tyler Gaffer once again for Nightcliff, and she kicks the ball out into some space on the grandstand side of the ground where teammate Sophie Palmer just got beaten to the ball in the end, and strong, good defensive work down there by Phoebe Wiltshire, who's had a real crack at it all night. But that was a kick off the ground, but no, it's going to be a ball up. So we're 8.5 minutes into this final quarter.
Just making a quick note there, Chloe Lay, who's involved in just a bit of a cork or a calf issue earlier, has just spent the last 8 minutes off in the last fourth quarter here, so you can tell it's a big missing piece there for Waratah. It being under 18 girls, there isn't a large bench, so these girls have actually played nearly all 4 quarters, so it is a you can, as you mentioned earlier, the legs do get weary, Stu. Yeah,
and of course Chloe Lay was one of the dominant players in the first 3 quarters, so she's certainly been missed as Matern, who's been one of Tar's better players, gets another kick, but it's chopped off this time by Pollen, and her kick is in turn chopped off by Wiltshire, who's been strong defensively for Tars today, and Now the opportunity for Wilson down here. She picks up eventually, kicks forward, but it's chopped off nicely there by Moya, who kicks the ball out towards the boundary line. In fact, it's gone too close to the boundary line and goes over the line. It'll be a Waratah free kick just in front of the coaches' benches down here. So just a little bit of confusion, but eventually it's Kalakis who'll take the free kick. Hopefully she does better than her last effort. So gets that one into play this time. That was a good kick to the advantage of Murphy, but she was under plenty of pressure as well. So Nightcliff have been pretty good defensively as Moya gets a hand pass forward, but then it's battered away and forced over the boundary line for another ball up on the centre wing here.
Watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season, live broadcasted here from TIO Stadium for the NAWIC Under-18 Girls competition. Oh, there's Chloe.
Oh, she's back in the action and scrambling hard for it on the ground as we've seen all night, and eventually manages to reef it out of there and get the hand pass forward and then follow up with some good work as the ball's toe poked off the ground by Wilson into some space, and now Murphy on the left foot kicks the ball out towards half forward, but strong running defence, and Gunther Oliver kicks it down towards half forward. It's an open forward line now here for Nightcliff as they get their hands on the ball, and Clifton kicks down towards full forward. Majindi in front down there just spilt the mark, but battled for it really well at ground level and got the kick forward, and now just trying to run it out of defence was Lapira for Waratah. She's managed to get the ball back all the way up to, nearly to the centre of the ground, and now still fighting for it on the ground against Rabbit down there, but coming in is Sophie Palmer for Nightcliff, and she gets the ball back inside forward 50 once again. Nightcliff just trying to use it through the hands down there, but the ball bounces free, working hard back there, and desperately for Tars was Ashley Matern, and there she is again, picks up and kicks it out. She's got some players in some space if they can control here, and Lay picks it up, tries to break through the tackle, got caught with the ball, and we've seen that a few times tonight. She's got caught with the ball, but she's just trying to take the game on a bit, I think, and give her team the opportunities, but that's a beautiful kick in by Bush, but Mark spilt down there. Unfortunately, Plan's the call as the ball comes back now. Here's a chance for Roberts, but the kick was off the side of the boot as she was tackled, and the ball's still alive about 20 metres out from the Nightcliff goal, and Tars defending strongly. Lapira gets a kick off the ground out towards the 50-metre line where her teammate Peacock and also Lay got involved. Lay got the kick out into some space, and Hannah Wilson's first there. She tries to get past the tackle, got caught, and the ball spilled out of her hands, and that'll be a Nightcliff free kick. So the chip kick comes in here, and nicely marked by Sophie Palmer. Palmer plays on, now kicks long inside forward 50. The ball spills out the back from the marking contest, toe poked off the ground by Pollen, but Tars able to repel once again as Kalakis gets the chip kick across and finds Sydney Finch. Finch plays on straight away, runs around the player on the mark now and runs inside the centre square, kicks long straight down the middle of the ground. Bounce doesn't favour the Nightcliff player in front there, and coming in picking up was Murphy, but lost control of the ball as she was tackled. She in turn laid a tackle herself, and now the ball kicked off the ground by Narba Ball, but then unfortunately overran it. Narba Ball out there again with another chance, picks up this time, quick kick forward, and now here's a chance for McDonald for Tars as she picks up, kicks long inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one down here as working back in defence for Nightcliff was Ashley Hughes, and she clears away to the outer side of the ground, close to the boundary line on the outer side, and just hacked off the ground by Gunther Oliver, who advances at about 20 metres round that outer wing, and the siren goes to end the action. And Tars fought pretty hard all night after the advantage that Nightcliff had at quarter time, but just couldn't peg it back on the scoreboard, Tara.
That's right, and a really good effort there from Nightcliff. Essentially, Waratah put up a big fight tonight. They worked hard, and their defence worked hard, their midfield worked hard, and Nightcliff just worked that little bit harder and were able to have a little bit more accuracy on the scoreboard and a little bit more opportunity to get onto that scoreboard. It's been a privilege to host you this evening. Nightcliff final score there, 3-8-26 to Waratah 1-1-7. My name is Tara Harris, joined by Stu Davis in the commentary box. Look forward to seeing you guys and hearing you guys next week for more NAWIC Under 18 girls action.